Business world is evolving and the diversity is part of this transformative movement. Today we will be exploring the strategies, we will be talking about different insights of the gender diversity evolution over the time. My name is Inna Malaia. My journey in life has been a unique one and shaped by the challenges and opportunities that came with being a woman in traditionally male-dominant environment. I faced a lot of skepticism. Always was the question of being smart or being good looking, either or, never could be both, right? But I was limitless and it allowed me to see the problems in fresh ways and find innovative solutions and find a new way of thinking and see the possibilities. I created Bavel as the first company 4 years ago to help people embrace change. So we are providing great tools for the businesses, for individuals, and even we have another company which is for social impact, where we're providing the upskilling opportunities for displaced professionals in Europe. I'm Ukrainian by origin, and of course my mission is to help Ukrainians in this difficult time as much as possible. So we have the transformative programs with them as well. So my experience has showed me that the gender diversity is not only about fairness, it's about unlocking untapped potential. It's about bringing different values. It's about bringing different ways of thinking, experiences that fosters innovative thinking and creativity in the workplace. So you know that there were several historical milestones on how actually the role of females had been evolutionized along the history. And the very first, and I would say the most significant affair that has happened in the world history was in the beginning of 20th century, that calls the suffrage movement, when women actually received the right to vote in many countries. What happened during the Second World War, right? Women took over male jobs because the men were fighting in the war, right? So that again showed the capability of females to do more diverse type of jobs. And then again, waves of feminism, where the females were asking for the more rights on the reproductive measures, on the workplace discriminations and gender stereotyping. Then Title IX, that was the very significant thing, happened in the late 20th century in US, when actually the education system in US has been amended to give more rights and possibilities for women to study. And all these things on the female empowerment that will coming through the ages, where women started to take more leadership roles in the jobs. They started creating respectively their own businesses. There were more people in the education. And finally, in 21st century, the United Nations have created that special objective on the gender equality as the one of the key targets on sustainable development goals. Me Too movement showed significant issue in the society, how women were treated in terms of sexual harassment in entertainment. And of course, COVID-19, the latest pandemic, showed the role of women in terms of education, in terms of medical care. But what is important on that as well is actually the work-life balance and how the overall approach to the workplace arrangement should be adjusted based on the personal needs of females that are dedicating their work time to the working environments as well. And there is one interesting book called Gendered Brain. So it actually says that brain have white matter and the gray matter, right? Women have found to use more white matter, which connects processing centers, right? When men use more gray matter. The neuroscientists, they did the experiment recently and see how different parts of the brain are enlightening while the question was asked. And actually, in male brain, you have certain areas that are responsible for certain way of thinking. And when the same question is asked to women, they have lights like all over the place because our brain structure works completely different than men. So in these studies that were examining connections within the brain, it has found also that women tend to have stronger connections like side to side, right? In the brain parts, white, gray, side to side. When man has more connections that are functioning from the front to the back brain, right? So it's a very different way of how the brain is functioning. And this is also telling how the things like multitasking was historically or observatory more associated to women, how men are more tend to be that task focused, task oriented in terms of the way how they behave and how they build their leadership capabilities. Women have more intuitive thinking, analyzing and concluding patterns, and men are very much stronger in the motoric skills, right? So what we want to say here is that the whole thing on how we think and how we process, how we conclude the information and how we deliver the insights have the very different thing. Plus our chemistry, our hormones, they've been, because of that, moves in the brain processed differently. The main thing, the essence of this statement here in terms of building leadership capabilities of the male and female in the workplace is that they need to be treated differently, because the way they think, the way they speak, the way they communicate is just different. So in Bevel, we are looking very much into the self-confidence and self-management. In businesses, we do it through the gender diversity workshops, trainings, and actually retreats. And of course, for individuals, we have the online programs on building personal growth, self-transformation, and building more self-confidence. You know where to find me, and I'm very grateful that you joined this session. Please stay connected. Please come to other sessions. Twice a month, we run different self-development sessions like this one that provoke thinking, that provoke discussion, and again, being together and supporting each other in the most powerful way of bringing new light in life. This is what we are doing in Bevel, and I'm very thankful that you joined this meeting today. Thank you so much.